Family law attorneys that are representing clients that own a condo should pay very close attention to this message. Last September 2023, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac changed some guidelines that they require for lenders to look at when approving a conventional loan, and they call it warrantable condo guidelines. And we're seeing loans that we would have closed a year ago, now we can't close. They're denied because the property, the HOA, the association, the unit itself, not so much the borrower, but the property doesn't meet agency guidelines. So that's important when you represent someone who's going through a divorce. Be very careful if you're agreeing to a short-term deadline to refinance or assume the loan into their own name. They might not be able to get a loan. That's reality. There's just no other way around it. I tried to be blunt, but I had a first phone call a couple weeks ago from an attorney. Her client did that, said, I'll remove your name and refinance. Got in process with the lender and they denied the loan because of that reason. Not because of the borrower, but because of the property. So here's how you can address that. If you have anyone you're working with that owns a condo, contact me with their address and the name of the association. We can look it up on Fannie Mae's list. They keep an internal list that is basically one of three options. One, it's either already approved, which is a good sign. It's pretty likely that the loan would be approved. It's either already denied, and then you're gonna have to pivot and come up with some alternative options, a longer deadline. A lot of them fall somewhere in between. Not approved, not denied. It requires more information. And we can do that. It's just that they're gonna have to have the association fill out a condo questionnaire. They're gonna have to gather the master insurance documents and some other things. It's more work, but I would highly recommend it if someone's agreeing to keep a condo as part of a divorce, and particularly if they're agreeing to remove someone's name. You wanna make sure that you can execute on that part of the agreement. So call me with questions. I know I've never spoken about condo approval guidelines in any of my lunch and learns or CLEs in the past, because it wasn't really a thing in the past. It's only come up since last fall. And I can tell you firsthand, in the spring market alone, I've had 5, I would say, inquiries on condos. One was approved and closed. One, a client wrote an offer on, but they had to cancel because the balcony was deemed unusable by the association. Therefore, we couldn't approve the loan. That client canceled, bought another, or wrote an offer on another one. That one's approved and closing in a couple weeks. Another client is kind of shopping for a condo, and it's been hit or miss. Which ones are approved and she'll write an offer on, didn't get it. Which ones are not approved, and simply we can't do the financing, so she had to look at very alternative type of products, either non-warrantable condo type of loans that carry a larger down payment requirement and a higher interest rate, or private financing. So there are still some options, but they're just not quite as good. So anyway, that's my message, is just basically pay very close attention if you have clients that are keeping a condo as part of a divorce, and if they're going to agree to a short-term name removal deadline. Thanks.